All right, let's go look. Just got to the cable mill area. We're going to see what's up here. Take you guys around on this beautiful day. Everybody looking at wildlife. Always plenty to look at. I'm not sure what they're looking at since I'm driving, but it must be something. I already see turkeys out there in the field. So let's find us a parking space. Well, Miss Leela and I have just arrived at Cable Mill Community. We're going to take a look around and see what we can show you guys today. We're going in the visitor center here.
Get a picture.
Oh, got a few things for animals. Christmas tree ornaments.
$5 per daily, 15 for weekly, and 40 for daily.
Homemade lye soap. Skin, sugar bites, poison ivy, mosquito bites, athlete's foot, and naughty chickens. That's all right. Puzzles. All kinds of stuff there. Parka, waterproof, $39.99. This is DVDs about areas in the park. Socks, decal stickers, more puzzles. Look good in the cabin on a rainy day. Different areas of Cades Cove. Field picnic. Outdoor shirt. Be cool hiking. It's $49.95, $49.99. Bandana, a lot of hiking stuff. Climb the peaks. Bottles, kinds of jellies and jams, molasses, which, by the way, they make here at certain points of the year in the fall. You can come and watch them make molasses out in front of the cable mill. Cornmeal, ground fresh right here. Yeah. Always like the view from up here. Picture of the whole thing, the blacksmith shop, and the cantilevered barn down below it, and the water flume line that powers the mill all the way around. All right, let's go look. Just a really cool thing. They just do it right here in the park. History on the community of Cades Cove. This was the center or hub of activity at that time. So we're just going to sort of head down this way and look at the blacksmith shop first. This is a pole barn structure too. They left it open to let the heat out. Now, this is not native to Cable Mill community. They brought this in here and set it up so you could see just how a blacksmith shop would work. It's got everything in it that a blacksmith shop from back in the day would have. Leila mentioned that there's a big saw blade from the mill back there, and a wagon wheel. They've been working on it, all different kinds of things. Part here we're crossing over is a water flume, and it causes the water to come and have it dammed up creek and direct it into this flume, which actually takes it on down to the mill. This barn is cantilevered out over the bottom so they can store the equipment. An old wheelbarrow, the wooden wheel, it's broke, long since wore out. The meaty joints of the barn. From the history I've read, they'd bring the wagon in the barn over here and they'd park it right in the center. And a worker would get in the wagon with a pitchfork, and there'd be another worker that would get up in the loft with another pitchfork. And they would hand that hay off to each other back and forth with those pitchforks and store it in the top up there for later. And then when they got ready to feed, they would just pitch that hay down in these these troughs over here that runs back and forth, and it would run into the stalls where the animals stayed. So, a little bit of history about the operation of the barn. Millstones here that they used in the mill to grind the corn in the mill. Understand once they got this kind of mill in, they could grind wheat into flour and barley. But I wanted to show you how this flume line works. As the water comes down, you'll notice over here there's a gate. It stops the water flow to a minute trickle and channels it out back into the creek. And that's how they turned the mill on and off, where it would operate or not operate. They were getting ready to grind and they needed the force of the wheel. They would open this gate, water would go down and turn the wheel. Turn these giant millstones over here that we just saw. There's the water wheel. Just cut logs and timbered that up to get it to the level they wanted it. Water just flows right across the wheel. And they unlock the wheel and open the gate back there. We can grind. See, the mill's closed today, so we won't be grinding any corn. We've seen that before, and it's pretty cool. I was kind of hoping they would be today, so we could show you guys some of that, but nevertheless, maybe next time. Here's the big smokehouse where they put the meat in and cure it. Remember on our video of Smoky Mountain Heritage Center, we showed you the smokehouse there and how that operated, and this one will basically function the same way. We've got the boards actually notched. This house functioned as two things. It was a living quarters, and it was also a place to buy and sell goods. So it's pretty interesting. By the time they built this, they had sawmills in operation. There's Miss Leela. Hello, Miss Leela. And they could actually machine these boards. Now, this house is not native to this spot. It was built in here, but there was a house very similar to it in that time period. Just go right out on the back porch through here. Everything very convenient. The lady of the house could come out here and look out this window, see where the men was working at. They was down at the barn. Tell them supper was ready. There's two more buildings here in the Cable Mill community we want to look at. This is a corn crib. It's cantilever design. They would actually pull the corn wagons up under each side. As a matter of fact, there's one right there, similar to what they would have used back in the day to gather corn in out of the field. And they would load her up. Take it right out of there, put it in the top, fill it up, and the air would circulate in here so it could dry out where they could grind it. When it was ready, they'd bring it right out there and right over to the mill. Pretty cool. This last barn on this site is not a cantilever design barn. This was more common to see this type of barn outside of Cades Cove than it was the cantilever barns, even though they were some still there. But they had the stalls on each side for the cattle, and the part in the middle they could use for hay or more storage. Still a log construction. Now, if you notice, these logs, like another building or two we've seen, are smaller. These are 4-inch sections. Now, this type of log construction started when they got sawmills with circle saw blades in the mill. So they pull that circle saw mill with a steam engine and they could rip these logs and get them to fit a lot more precise than they could with the old types. Friends, that's going to do it today from Cades Cove. Miss Leila and I have spent 2 days up here filming. We've enjoyed it. We saw, I don't know, 11 or 12 bears, turkeys, deer, all kinds of wildlife, plus some absolute amazing Appalachian history dating back into the 1700s that we certainly hope that you've enjoyed and maybe even learned a little bit from. But anyway, we hope to see you up in the park later on. If you like this video, like and subscribe below, and we'll see you next time.